Well, hello there! Welcome once more to Juiciest Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I would like to say a very warm welcome to you. Friends, I'm sharing with you the recipe for this simple but so juicy, flavor-packed rack of lamb. This is going to be loved by everybody at this holidays table. Trust me. Come along with me and see how I did this. So I have 2 racks of lamb here. I have some garlic, about 8 cloves of garlic, a very large lemon, and also I have some rosemary. This and salt and pepper is all you need to make this delicious juicy lamb. I'll start off by chopping my garlic. I'll be using a garlic chopper. You can grate it, you can mince it, whichever way is easy for you or convenient for you, just use that method. Lamb and garlic is just a perfect combination. It's like a match made in heaven. But all the better if you add rosemary to it. So I'm going to be adding this rosemary. I'm just pulling them off the sprig and then I'll chop it up. So I have 2 racks of lamb and each one is just a little bit over 1.5 pounds. So I have approximately 3.5 pounds of lamb, and I'm going to end up adding in here about 2 tablespoons of rosemary, fresh rosemary, which I'm going to chop now to my meat. Perfect marinade. So finely chop, I'm trying to chop it as thinly as I can. Watch your finger as you do that, of course, please. So now that I'm done chopping this, I'm going to transfer it into a bowl, to which I'll be adding the other ingredients to be the marinade for my lamb. So in here goes my chopped garlic. And I'll also be adding some lemon zest as well as juice to this. I'm going to end up zesting almost all the skin of my lemon, which will end up being about 1 tablespoon, because this lemon of mine doesn't have too much zest on it. So if you have a very zesty lemon, it has a thicker skin, then maybe you could use about half of it. And now I'm going to use the juice of half of my lemon in this bowl as well with everything else. So here we go. So I have my 2 racks of lamb, which were beautifully Frenched already when I bought them. That is the bony part showing a little bit. Beautiful for presentation. And I'm going to add some salt to this. You want to be generous with the salt. I'm also going to add some freshly ground pepper to this. And now I'm going to add my rosemary, lemon zest, and lemon juice as well as minced garlic onto my meat and just rub it on. That is all simple. So I'm just going to try to rub it all over my meat, flip it around like I'm doing, get it inside the ribs as well, the inner part I should say, and then make sure every part of this is coated with the marinade as well as the salt, so that your meat when it's cooked is going to end up flavor packed, aromatic and juicy as well. Yes, yes, yes. This meat needs to get all the TLC you can give it. Give it all the love and just look at this. Just look. Pack everything on there because we want it to end up as tasty as it possibly can. Just see how popping it is already. You can only be assured that you're going to get the best bite out of this. So I'm going to cover my meat and let it rest for about an hour. so it comes to room temperature, and whilst it's doing that, it's also getting enough time to soak up all the flavors of the marinade, so your meat is going to end up juicy, perfect, just tasty. It's been just a little over an hour, and I'm going to start cooking my meat. So I'm going to cook the first piece right here in my air fryer. I'm using 2 methods to cook this, so you can choose what is best for you. And I've added some bulbs of garlic, so 2 bulbs of garlic here. This is how I made my roasted garlic. So into the air fryer oven. This is a Go Wise Ultimate air fryer, just an amazing machine, I should say. And I'm going to use the grill setting on that to cook my lamb. So it's set to grill, and it's going to be cooking for 12 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, which is already preset with the grill setting. And I'm also going to cook the other one in a cast iron skillet, which I have heated up and just sprayed with some cooking spray. I'm going to apply the rest of the marinade, which didn't really catch onto my meat here on this side, just to let it sit there whilst it cooks. This has cooked for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to flip it so the other side gets to cook as well. So I let that side cook for about 3 minutes because it's not really sitting in the heat anyway in the skillet. And I'm now going to be flipping it on all the sides so the edges get a good sear as well. You could also cook this on the grill outside, and it's going to end up perfect. All you need is to ensure that it is well marinated, and you grill it on a medium to low heat, and it's going to come out just as juicy. I know a lot of people are having their holiday celebrations outside this year, and so it's going to be perfect for you to do this outside anyway if you're going to be sitting outside to eat. So I just checked on the rack in the air fryer about halfway into the cooking time. It looks like it could do with some turning. I don't want it to burn, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it so the other side gets to cook and we don't end up burning our meat. So if you are using your air fryer, kindly check on it so your meat gets beautifully cooked. It smells so amazing in here. You just have to be here to even believe it for yourself. And now I've closed it again. Now it's done. The cooking time is all done, and look at this, just beautifully cooked. Even the garlic is perfectly roasted, and look at my meat. If I didn't tell you that I did this inside in an air fryer instead of on the grill, you wouldn't believe it. And the one in the skillet has also cooked for a total of 40 minutes at this point. And now it is ready to come out as well. Just look at that. Perfection. So you let this rest for to give it about another 10 minutes to rest, so the juices don't all run out when you cut through that, because you want your meat to be juicy. When you cut it whilst it is still hot, you're not going to get that. Just look at how gorgeous this is. Juicy, very, very juicy. So this is the one that I cooked in the skillet. Beautifully cooked, I must say. This is how most people would expect you to serve their lamb chops or rack of lamb. If you cut it up, it has to be a little bit on the pink side, so it shouldn't be totally well cooked. People prefer it to be rare or medium rare, just like this, which is not very typical of us Ghanaians, if I can speak so for us only, because that's where I am from. And they can have it, grilled up or cooked up a little bit so the pink part goes away, or it gets more cooked. And this one right here in my hand is the one that I cooked in the air fryer. Beautifully cooked, a little bit more cooked than the one I did in the skillet, and so I'm going to give the tips of that to my kids. Just look at how beautiful. This was so good, so juicy, so flavorful. Anybody you serve this to is going to be super amazed with this. I really hope you are able to try this. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, and until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.